have big plans for these teeny tinies. Hey everyone, welcome to the Teeny Tinker channel, a McBall joint adult and craft related content. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, helps it grow, helps me keep making fun BJD and art content like this. Speaking of, we're back in the workshop today, and that's because it's time to finally print my new Teeny Tinies. As I mentioned in my doll planning video from last year, there are two new sculpts in this go. The first doll is Gail, and she is the sweet, sad little friend I originally sculpted as part of my 100 Days of Sculpting series. I fell in love with her sad, crying face, and actually a bunch of you guys did too. I got so many DMs about her asking if she'd be a doll, so I just knew she had to be a teeny tiny. Then there's Flora. This is my first object head doll ever, and I decided to do a flower. Well, actually, there are 3 different flowers. The variants for Flora's faceplates are Pansy, Gardenia, and Rose. Flowers are obviously named for the flowers they're meant to look like. Also recently, I was sent some resin from Azilda 3D. I hope that's how you say it. That is how Google told me to say it, and I hope that's okay. This is a new resin maker who reached out to me to see if I would like to try their low odor, easy clean resin. That's how they call it, and a little bit of spoilers. It is that. I do end up loving this resin. And before I forget, I just wanted to share that they are offering you guys 40% off of resin orders right now. I believe they only have warehouses in the USA and Japan. I'm not sure if they'll ship other places. You can use the link in my description to get 40% off this if this interests you. And for full transparency, no, this is not an affiliate link. I don't get a cut of this. I just got to try the resin for free and recommend it if I liked it, which I do. But back to what we were doing. For Gail's first print, I'm going to use this classic peachy color. I'm also going to print a medium tan a little later on. This way I can showcase both colors Gail's going to be available in. Flora's going to be available in peach and tan as well, but I'm also going to be printing her body and head bag in this really pretty spring green color, and one of the head plates in white for a really cool two-tone effect. But I'm honestly so excited to get them together, so let's go get to the good part. Nothing like dolls fresh off the plate. No, really. They're sticky and desperately need cleaning. I am so pleased that the print didn't fail. I'm always a little bit wary trying new resins because it can take a bit to get the print settings right, and then everything from humidity to the temperature of the room to all of your printer settings and everything can really greatly affect the success of a print. Finding the perfect balance can be a little bit of a pain. But as I said in my spoiler, I love this resin. It was up to the task. The product page describes it as very fault tolerant for supports and print settings, as well as being not especially sensitive to humidity or temperature. Also, interestingly, it says it doesn't need post-cleaning curing. That's a sentence. At least after cleaning with IPA. However, I'm a little bit iffy about that. It could very well be, but the idea of not curing it makes me nervous, so I did give it a quick 5-minute cycle in my curing machine as recommended. But wow, I am actually in love with this. It's definitely in the running to be my new favorite resin. I'll let you know if it holds up across future prints, of course. But for now, I am super pleased. Okay, so I am going to string these guys and put them together, but before we do all that, let's take a really quick break for Doll of the Week. That's right, we're bringing it back. Alright, time to string these up. Off camera, I printed the other dolls out as well, and you can see the differences in the resins here. The green resin is East Sun Blue with a bit of a yellow tint added. The peach is of course Azilda 3D resin, which is what we were trying out today. And the tan in this instance was any cubic standard with a blue-orange tint mix. Now that we've looked at the resin up close, I'm gonna go ahead and give these a quick sand and string. I get these finished up in just a few seconds. Okay, just kidding. It took a couple of hours to sand, string, and add magnets to these cuties. I don't show all that now. Next week, I'm gonna post the official Teeny Tinkers 3D kit finishing video with detailed steps and tips for getting these cuties together. Because they do come out super cute. I'm super pleased with the colors and the look of them. Even blank, these guys are super cute. Honestly, I want to give Gail some eyes and a little paint, but I really need to take the blank photos first, so. But while I take the photos, I'm going to take a minute and share some details about these cuties with you guys. Starting with the super great news that today is their first official order day. A quick note that they are made to order, but they will take a maximum of a few weeks for me to send out. All the details can be found on the product pages. As mentioned, both Flora and Gale are going to be available in peach and tan, but I'm also offering the two-tone Flora as well. Solid color kits are going to be $150 USD, which includes cleaned parts, elastics, magnets, and hooks. They'll also come with a magic eraser and COA, of course. The two-tone kits are going to be $160 USD, which just accounts for the second color mix and the electricity usage. Solid colorful dolls are $225 USD to account for my time and material sanding, stringing, and adding the magnets. Two-tone dolls are going to be $250 for the same reason mentioned with the kits. You can get them on my website, teenytinkers.com, until January 20th. All right, product photos taken. Let's go ahead and paint these guys now. Flora's faceplates aren't getting a face up per se, but I'm going to add some color to the petals. This is really bringing them to life nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and use some gouache and some watercolor pencils to add some more details. This is really starting to look like its namesake flower at this point. I am loving these, but there are still a couple babies waiting for face-ups. Two tiny Gales! I'm giving them a more basic face-up based on how I painted the original sculpt in my software. I'm using my base yellows and blues, of course, but to add to the sad crying look, I am going to be using a lot of blushing on the corners of the eyes, nose, lips, all of that to really just pull it together. Then again with the gouache and the watercolor pencils to add in more details like lashes, liner, all of that stuff. And okay, on the peach one, we'll add some freckles. I'm a sucker for a doll with freckles. Also, side note, I am offering face-ups for $25 USD. While the MSC is curing, I'll whip up some 6mm eyes for Gale using my realistic BJD eye bases. And if you need eyes for your own Gale, or just anything in general, I do offer these as kit prints for the eyes as a personal use STL file, and during this order, I'll also be offering basic eyes. These eyes are such a great fit, and oh my gosh, my heart. I took some photos of them at this stage too, then finished each Gale off with a wig and an outfit. And voila! I am so in love with them. It has been so long since I made a new Teeny, and I'm so smitten with Gale and so excited about Flora and her 3 variations. I hope you all love them too, and I would love to hear what you think in the comments. So next week I'm going to have a super detailed kit finishing video for you guys. It's going to be super helpful to anybody ordering these tinies or any tinies in the future. To those who make their own ball jointed dolls in resin and maybe want to compare how to finish a kit with how I do it, or for those who have just gotten a 3D printer and maybe want to just finish their own BJD kits at home. But for now, if you're already subscribed, thanks so much for subscribing, and if you're new, I hope you like the content and consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day.